Peace and love, family. Welcome to Candid Conversation.
Yes, yes.
We hope everybody's doing well today. Come on in. We want to say thank you to our day ones who have been rocking with us since day one. Thank you for your support.
Yes.
But if this is your first time, I am King George, aka Mr. Knowledge Power. And this is my beautiful co-host, my partner in crime, my queen, the beautiful, the intelligent, my one and only,
Dr.Natalie, Nicole. You added a partner in crime, huh?
It is what it is. Yeah, but I hope everybody's doing well today. Hope you had a great Sunday so far.
Yes, absolutely a wonderful, happy Sunday to everybody.
We are here.
Yes.
So yeah, buckle up. Please be engaged. The comment section is for both of us to have open dialogue and to grow the conversation and to help each other. You know, iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
And we can agree to disagree. We learn in these sessions something new every Sunday. So thank you for joining us.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the engagement. How you doing, Major Turner?
Welcome, sir. Welcome back. One of our,
I like to call them our generals.
That's right.
Yes, our generals in the community. How you doing, sir?
Yes. But yeah, welcome. We got a great show for y'all. We get into the quote for the day. But if you would talk a little bit about Vigilante Inc.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead and get our
So listen, folks. If you have not received your copy, your autographed copy from Major Turner, he is a local hero here in Columbus, Georgia. Make sure you can see him out in the community. He is everywhere. And make sure you get your copy and make sure you get your signed copy. What's significant about this documentary is it talks about his experience as a voter, as a veteran in Columbus, Georgia. Now, we're not talking about another state. We're not talking about another city. We're not talking about another country. Right here in Muskogee County, Columbus, Georgia, more than 4,000 votes were suppressed, and he was one of those votes. So I don't want to tell you all the goods about it. You must watch. You must get it. You must learn. You must make yourself smart so that you can operate and show up today with conviction, because I believe that's a lot of what's missing in our community is because when we don't know better, we don't do better. Right. So shout out to Major Turner. Thank you so much, sir, for your service to our country and to our city. All right.
And he is what we call a living legend.
Yes,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So yeah, again, we got a great show. I'm going to get into the quote real quick, and then we're going to jump right in.
All right.
Yes. The quote for today simply says, "Stop auditioning for disasters. They'll find you if they need to. Until then, put down the worry. It's not helping. It never has."
Okay. One more time, honey. One more time.
Okay. Stop auditioning for disasters.
Okay.
They'll find you if they need to. Until then, put the worry down. Put down the worry. It's not helping. It never has.
Okay. When
So
you said stop auditioning for the what now?
For disasters.
I thought about all the candidates who joined this election.
We can go on and on about that.
This season.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Awesome.
But real quick, True the Vote. Please look up True the Vote. This is a MAGA vigilante organization who is suppressing votes nationwide. We know that what they're doing in Muskogee County alone, but truethevote.com or .org. I can't remember which one it is. We'll put the link in the description.
Right.
But yeah, please look up True the Vote.
Absolutely. And
your vote matters, your voice matters.
Nationwide. And I like that you said your vote matters because it does. And if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be working so hard to redistrict. They wouldn't be working so hard to suppress and challenge our votes if it didn't matter. So please make sure you vote.
Yes.
All right, honey.
Yeah.
You want to get into, speaking of voting, this runoff election?
Yeah, it's getting down to the
nitty-gritty. Y'all see my shirt? My ABC shout out to Mr. Rogers, right, who came up with this cute little situation. Anybody but, Kogo, right? Yes. I won't be able to wear it this Tuesday at the city council meeting because we got that early election stuff going on, and so, they'll turn me around at the door. So I had to wear it today. Anybody but Kogo, folks. We're not voting for Kogo for mayor, all right?
Yeah. So, let's dive in.
Okay.
Real quick, I just want to shout out Mr. Quinones.
Okay.
And his wife, Listen, we had a men's meeting yesterday at the Columbus Library on Macon Road, and it was amazing. It was amazing. The men showed up, and we discussed, topics that affect, that men talk about in private, that we all need to be having as men together, because we feel like, or we believe, we don't have those nets, or we don't have those, what do you call them, support systems, if you will.
That's right.
To be vulnerable, because men, we're not taught to express ourselves.
That used to be how it is, because today we got a lot of vulnerable men on social media.
Listen, here we go. But yeah, I agree.
Okay.
But yeah, shout out to Mr. Quinones. We're doing another one. He's putting together another one. We'll get the dates to you next Saturday. I believe it's going to be at the same place. So just keep an ear out for that. But yeah, we had a great time, and shout out to him for putting that on.
Right, and I want to just add that, Mr. Quinones is one of those people. How did the song go? Walk it like I talk it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, and that's what we need.
He is out there in the community,
what we need.
actually hosting events, actually, providing leadership development,
right,
providing things that we need in our communities. Please tap into his social media page. Please follow. There's so much to learn, and there's so many people out there. He's a veteran as well.
Yes.
That are giving their time. They may have, threw away or put away their service for the nation, but they're still serving our city. And so make sure you tap in and you learn, because he's really boots on the ground and putting, great events into the community for us to have. And based on that, there's another one that's coming up. Did you want to talk about this one, honey?
Yeah, we can. So yeah, save the date. This is for the Urban League. And shout out to Mr. McBride and his wife.
Yes.
But yeah, checking in, a conversation on Black men's mental health, which is so needed in the community.
Right.
Real men, real talk, real healing. This is Tuesday, June 30th, so please mark your calendar. It's going to be at the Cigar Lounge, a restaurant on Moon Road, ages 21 to 65. But yeah, join the Urban League of River Valley Young Professionals for an honest, open, and empowering conversation about mental health. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yes.
The Urban League of the River Valley.
Right, and absolutely amazing that men are stepping up and providing these and facilitating these opportunities for men to get together and have these conversations, because it's necessary.
Yes.
Often
necessary.
as women, like, we gonna have our powwow, we gonna have our empowerments, our brunches, our things, And so to see that there's more going on in the city for men, that's great.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Make sure you save that date and plan to attend.
Yes, indeed.
All right, now on to Monday. Tomorrow is early voting. And the very first person that I think that's going to be in line to cast their vote is who, honey?
The movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I would say the movement. I have somebody else in mind.
Okay, who else?
Somebody else in mind. The purple people. But it's one man.
Oh, Dr. Broadwater. Shout out to Dr. Broadwater, senior. Salute to you, sir.
Oh yeah.
He was there yesterday at the men's meeting yesterday, but yeah.
Yes, he gonna be there bright before they open, standing in line bright and early to cast his vote. Absolutely love that about him. But yes, early voting starts tomorrow, the 8th through the 12th, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Macon Road at the Citizen Center only. That's the only place you can early vote during this runoff election. Do not wait until June 16th, which is next Tuesday, to vote, because anything could go wrong. Please, just like y'all showed up early voting, show up again right now, get it in, get it done, and then if you did not get an opportunity this week, make sure you do it on June 16th. So those are our runoff dates.
Yes.
And on the June 16th date, the election day, you will show up at your precinct, okay? So at your designated precinct.
Yes.
That's where you'll need to show up to vote. All right.
Okay. So, angry citizen, you wanna go ahead and move?
Honey, oh my gosh.
You wanna go ahead and
you are something
jump
else.
into what the topic is for this evening?
Well, before we move on to that, though, can we talk a little bit about the Spirit Week? I'm excited about this stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So every day this week, leaders in our community have things set aside for us to have a good time. Make sure you use hashtags. Make sure you take pictures of yourself participating in the Spirit Week for early voting. So the first thing is going to be stroll to the polls, right? That's going to be on Monday. from 5 to 7 p.m. And you listen, I got my glasses on and I still can barely see. 5 p.m. at the Stroll to the Polls, right?
That's
and
tomorrow,
so,
right?
Yes, that's tomorrow in the evening. Of course, now it's on the flyer this time. You cannot show up in a candidate's clothing or whatnot. You can wear anything else outside of that. Your church, your organization, you know, what have you, but nothing that represents a candidate, okay?
Right,
so
right.
just
because it's a voting precinct, and yeah, you don't want, they're gonna stop you right where you are and be like, hey.
So make sure you participate in the Stroll to the Poll, and that's 5 p.m. Then on Tuesday is Bring Your Elders Day. So that's when we're going to collect the parents, right? Collect the parents.
That's right.
Bring them to the polls. And guess what? If they have completed their absentee ballot, just kind of check on them and make sure they didn't have any issues or concerns and that their stuff has already been turned in. On Wednesday is Sister Circle Day. Gather your girlfriends, your sorority sisters, your co-workers, your community sisters. Let's go to the polls.
Yeah.
Make a thing of it. Hang out, have fun, meet up, and take it to the polls.
Right.
Thursday, Family to the Polls Day. Take your little ones with you. They can walk in with you. Take your husband, your partners, your children, your whole family, your community with you. They're able to go in and make sure it's an educational thing. It's not do as I say, but do what you see me doing type situation.
Yeah, and you want that to be in your kids' subconscious early. You know what
Right.
I mean? So yeah, definitely they need to see it early so they know what to expect. They know the process and they know, you know, what it looks like. So
yes. And then Friday is Bring a Friend Day. So that's invite your coworker, a first-time voter, a young voter, a neighbor, things of that nature. And so, you know, from what I understand, the two ladies, the hottest on the block, right, are going to get those youth together. That's Frankie Foster and Sherry Aaron are going to get those young people together on Friday and roll them over to the polls. So the very ones that came out before to vote on May 19th and May 15th, they're going to take those students back to the polls. So thank you to those ladies.
That's how you do it.
Yes, for making sure that is taken care of and looking out for our young people. Listen.
That's how you do it.
And also, listen.
What you got right there?
Help us out, right? Our community, they ask who to vote for. They want to know who to vote for. Let them know. Print out a ballot for them so that they don't forget once they get in. They are allowed to take their own ballot in. You are allowed, if they ask you who you recommend, who you endorse, or who's the best candidate, to educate them and allow them to make their own decisions and take their ballot inside with them. So we have printed out ballots if you need them. For my community who ask, listen, we're going to let you know who to vote for, who not to vote for. So let's do our part in contributing to our community in that way and making sure everybody's squared away and that we don't get in there and forget or, you know, lose sight of what's going on. We have our little copy of our ballot to take in with us.
Exactly.
Can't take your cell phones, but you can take a printed copy of your ballot. So think about that for our elders and for our young people. All right, honey.
Okay, good.
I think that's it.
All right.
Now,
whoever put this together, this was a great thing. Women, when women vote, that is awesome right there. Whoever put that together, but whatever you do, make sure you vote early. You know, whatever day you choose to go, whether it be Friends Day, co-workers, loved one, whoever, elders, go early. Vote early. You can't stress it enough. Get to the polls early.
Yes. And Mr. Turner says voting, it's a Gamil, I don't want to mess your name up thing for life.
There we go.
Make it your thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, too many people have fought for us to have this right, for us to take it for granted. You know what I mean? We keep saying we stand on the shoulders of giants like Mr. Major Gamaliel Turner.
Yes.
Like Dr. Rawwater Sr.
Yes.
Like elect Mayor Isaiah Hughes. We stand on the shoulders of giants. So we can't take this for granted.
Yes,
we got to show up. We already know that the population, we make up almost 50% African Americans in Columbus. 50% of the population, but that doesn't reflect the diversity in Columbus. And we got to change that. We got to change that. But we'll get into that.
Georgia Trend came out with a news article in their magazine about things that's going on in the community.
Yeah.
Not one of us was present in any of the pictures. None. Not one. Not one. And I get when you have your own magazines and you could do it how you want to do it.
Right.
But that's one of the major things for me. There's not an equal reflection of what's going on in the city, in hiring practices, and uptown situation. All kinds of things. So we got to do better about that.
Right, and we're fighting for equality. We're fighting for the basic rights.
The basic rights.
We were born with rights.
Right.
So nobody can legislate rights.
That's
you know what I mean? But that's what we're fighting for. It's still right here in 2026. We're still fighting for the right to vote.
Right.
Which is unfortunate.
Absolutely. So some of the topics that we wanted to talk about today include crime in Columbus, includes political influence, includes education, entrepreneurship, and then the state of Black Columbus. So where you want to get started at, honey?
I want to just ask a question real quick to all of our audience right now. Were we better off 20 years ago than we are now?
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's a real question. Please put in the comment section your thoughts on were we better off 20 years ago than we are now? So we can start with political. What we got? Political influence. We can start there. For me, and this is why we're so adamant about people getting out to vote.
Right.
Because we don't have representation like we should in politics in Columbus.
Right.
You know what I mean? In order for things to change, we need to have representation and diversity on city council, in that mayor's seat, and otherwise.
Right.
And you see what they're doing with the Voting Rights Act, and they're continuing to, this president and his cronies are continuing to try to oppress people of color, particularly African American people. So we got a uphill battle, but nobody said it'd be easy, but it can be done.
And so when you say that, what I think about is that when we have someone like in District 139, which is our district, Carmen Rice, and it's very clear that she does not care about citizens that look like us and only Republicans. That's the problem for me, because District 139 is made up of a lot of African American soldiers, veterans, people like me, like how Sherry said when we moved here, they said this is the side of town that you move on, you move to. So a lot of soldiers, a lot of veterans have settled down in these outskirts area of the district that she represents, but she does not reflect our morals, our values. She could care less about what we want. And that has to change, because on the other side of that is a candidate who may be a Democrat, but will care about all citizens. I can't believe that that person would turn and call for something as simple as a music commission and say, shut it down, we don't want it for our state. I can't believe
I'm not surprised
that somebody would do that with no good reason. And so her leadership has been bad, for lack of a better word, for District 139. And the fact that our city council can call at any given time and tell her, our Republican council can call and tell her at any given time to not pass a bill, and she does it with no care in the world about the rest of the citizens that it affects. We have to make a change in our city. We cannot allow this to continue.
Right, and that's what we're fighting against. We got to keep that in the forefront of our minds. There's a system in place. Racism, white supremacy is alive and well. So we got to keep that in the forefront of our minds. And people keep saying that our people are maybe we're too nice.
Absolutely.
Because the elders was taking the fight to them. The elders didn't play no games.
That's right. Shut it down.
And they were willing and ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
That's right.
If needed.
That's right.
In order for us to be able to progress and move forward as a people.
That's right.
So again, I said 20 years ago.
And that's why we have what we have today, because they were willing to do those things.
Yeah. And the elders can speak for what it was like during the civil rights movement right here in Columbus. The elders can speak about that, because we're still trying to figure out what happened right here in Columbus during that time.
Right.
We heard Dr. King came to Columbus and he was disappointed. And he was told to leave and not come back. That's what I heard. You know what I mean? So I would love to hear from the elders. If you're watching this, please tell us.
He was here during that time.
What happened here in Columbus?
What happened? Why was he not accepted in churches? Why did he have to go to the Masonic temple, as opposed to being welcomed in the churches here in Columbus? I would love to know the history on that and how our people contributed to such a disaster.
Yeah.
For somebody that was fighting for nationwide equality, for not just his family, but your family, our family, how do you turn that person away?
Yeah. So we have to dig deeper into that to find out what really happened. But if if you're an elder, if you know firsthand, or if you heard stories from, Big Mama, Grandmama, Auntie, please let us know. But yeah, so we got a job to do.
Corey say, what's up? How you doing, sir? Corey Wilson.
Corey, salute to you, sir.
Listen, this young man has been getting it. He's been getting it, from social media because he's speaking up,
it comes
and
with the territory.
Speaking right. And so he's been getting a little bit attacked here. How do you feel about that, Corey?
Yeah, I think he's here for it. I don't think he don't play no games.
I don't think they know what they're messing with.
Nah, he don't play no games. But yeah, birds of a feather flock together, and real recognizes real, and we see Corey is a real one.
That's right.
He's in the trenches. He's boots on the ground. He does not bite his tongue.
That's right.
And that's what we need right here.
That's right.
In Muskogee County. You know what I mean? It's a movement. It's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? This is not something that we're going to put down after the election cycle.
Right.
We're going to keep it pushing.
Right. This is who we are. This is who we are. We have always cared about our people and always had the courage to speak up no matter the cost. We have always had that courage. Now, Mr. Turner says, not showing the diversity of this city in the news article is shameful. The question is, how is that so too simple to look around and not see diversity? The mayor should be troubled and not allow the depiction of his community administration speaks volumes. Oh, that's the truth, sir.
That's right.
Yes. How you doing, Miss Mac? How you doing, beautiful? She says, vote, vote, vote. Get out and vote. That's right.
Welcome to CANDID.
How you doing, Miss Debbie? How you doing, beautiful?
Miss Debbie, how you doing? We love you. Welcome
We love Miss Debbie is another one too. We are happy to see her in the council chambers.
Yes, she didn't come to play with her.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So yeah.
And that's the kind of people we need.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people we need because apparently we have been too kind, we have been too docile, and people are getting away with murder. They are getting away with disrespect, blatant disrespect.
Blatant.
And it's time out for it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we surround ourselves around.
Ooh.
That's what we surround ourselves
Corey
around.
says, it's funny to me, I'm not paid to love my people. So they can't tarnish anything I'm doing. That's right, sir.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, we take pride in unbought, unpaid for. We take pride in that.
That's
you know what I mean? Because everybody can't say that.
That's
and that's why I keep saying we got to close ranks to those who are willing to sell us up the river or down the river for a few coins.
Right. Or access or proximity to, what they consider power. Yeah. Yes, right, Corey. Continue your work. You're doing an amazing job. That's so right. That's so true. And we are here to support you. We got your back.
That's right.
We sure do. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the first topic, political influence. And we're talking about what's the showrunner is the state of Black Columbus. And please put in the comment section
how y'all feel about that.
Yeah, what you think about the state of Black Columbus. And we're talking about voting, we're talking about crime, we're talking about education, we're talking about political influence, we're talking about upward mobility.
Right.
You know what I mean? I drove through a neighborhood today and it was really sad to see. We talk about blight.
Right.
And I meant to share those pictures with you, and I will. A family had been put out of their home, and all of their stuff was just strewn out all over the side of the curb, all over the lawn. Just, I don't know if people picked through it or whatever, but it was heartbreaking to see that. And it's, it's really sad.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's really sad.
It is a shame that is what we have resulted to time after time after time.
Yeah.
Now, this was something that was brought up during this budget review, that people's items should not be on the right-of-way or just thrown out in the yard, that there should be a dumpster
or something
there for them to put the items in,
Yeah.
and so that it can be picked up and taken where it needs to be taken. But so often in our community, it's, every other house. That's almost what you're seeing in this economy. And, you know, people don't have empathy. They don't care about these people's stuff being thrown all over the place. And then what our mayor definitely doesn't care.
Listen, so what I'm starting to understand is, this is what I think. Now, let's say they put a family out. If they put their things in this big dumpster, they can't get to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's why, or that's why I can see why, because if your stuff is put out, you still want your stuff. But if it's put in a dumpster, you can't access it. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing for me is, do they not give them time to come and get their items
They
out
do. I
first?
think they give you like, you know, I think you get like a 30-day notice. You got 30 days, you got to be out. You know what I mean? Then after that, they're going to put your stuff out, I believe. But put in the comment section if you know what the protocol is. But as far as I remember, they give you 30 days to get your stuff. And then if you don't get it out by then, they go ahead and put it to the street. So.
Okay, so yeah. And Miss Debbie says, old good old boy is alive, starting with the assistant police chief. You know, people aren't happy with the assistant police chief. There's been some conversation going back and forth as it regards how he's showing up. And of course, you know, he's been coming to defend himself, saying he's from Columbus. That's
been coming where to defend himself? On social media?
In the emails. You know, Miss Teresa Elamine don't play.
Oh, okay. Listen, it does not matter if people keep saying that they're from Columbus. Like, okay, we get it. But what positive impact are you having in your Columbus and in Columbus?
Well,
I mean, in your community.
And see, that's part of the problem. So when you're from a state that's the second largest slave state in the nation, there comes some ideology. There comes some, you know, if you're from here, your folks are from here too, and so you know exactly as an African American people what we're talking about, but you choose to overlook it. You choose to make it like we're not serious about what we're saying, and we're making up things. And so that's my concern, because if you're from here, you're not dumb.
Right. So, grandkids, great-great-grandkids, those are who are in office now, you know, taking over for the good old boys and the Proud Boys. And
he's at a certain age where he remembers Jim Crow. He remembers
the assistant.
Yeah.
Is he?
I think so.
I don't think he's that old.
You don't gotta be that old, honey.
Oh, okay, maybe he does.
Yeah.
I remember.
Well, okay, so older is like in the 60s. He's not that old.
Yeah, he's not a baby boy.
Okay.
Because my dad was born in 49. So in 59, he was 10 years old. 69, he was 20 years old.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean?
Okay.
If you weren't born, I think, in the 40s.
Okay.
And you didn't live through civil rights.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so his grandparents and things of that nature, right?
Yeah, they know. They pass some stuff down now.
Okay.
Come on now. Stuff is being passed down.
Miss Debbie says there's a realtor company in Columbus who is a slum landlord. All their properties look like crap. Can I call them out?
Please call. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yes, ma'am, you can. This is Candid Conversation.
Let's see if we're on the same page.
Yes. Candid Conversation. But yeah, what's your thoughts on where we are as far as voting? I think we did an excellent, you know, it's not the best because we have over 200,000 people in the city. However, 11,000 of us came out early voting, and I think we came out swinging.
We did.
Right? I think that was good.
Yeah.
And, you know.
This year was, people showed up and showed out this year. So, it's not over, though. You know, them same 11,000 plus got to show up for this runoff.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, we can't take our foot off the gas. It's not time for us to relax. We still got work to do. And we'll party once we get the results.
And I do believe people
party.
are committed to doing the work.
I believe so.
And holding people accountable and taking them to the polls and making sure, hey, did you vote today? I think people are excited about what's about to happen on June 16th.
Yeah.
As the person would say at about 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're excited. And so we're going to get out to the polls. But just know as well that, you know, the other side, you know, they're rallying their troops as well and telling them to get off their lazy butts and get out
and mobilize.
Vote. Yeah, and vote. So we want to make sure that we show up strong Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And as the Muskogee County Elections Board releases how many people voted, do you know that most of those votes had to come from, you know, our folks?
Community?
Yeah.
Okay. You talking about as a whole? Or you
know, every day there would be like 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
And so people voted. So, you know, most of those votes was us. So we got to do that again. We got to do that again.
Exactly.
She says Terman.
Yes.
Terman Realty.
Yes.
Absolutely. They're all on the side of Victory Drive with the hotel things right there too. They don't take care of those well either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she sees in the morning. All right, beautiful. Feel better, Miss Mac. Feel better.
All right.
Yeah. So, what do you think about political influence as it regards our community?
We're doing a better job. We can see Cindy Barnes was elected. Yeah. Sherry Aaron was elected. Travis Chambers was elected.
Right.
So we are making small steps. You know what I mean? But this is 2026. Yeah. You know, there's other cities and states who have surpassed us big time. Little small cities like Albany, not Albany, but Warner Robins, Fort Valley. Yeah. You know what I mean? They already have African American mayors.
That's right.
And they're supposed to. They're a lot smaller.
Much smaller.
We can talk about Phoenix City. You know what they're doing.
From that part.
Is it positively?
He's been the mayor for like a decade or more.
Shout out to the mayor over there. Is it Eddie Lowe? Yes. Shout out to Mayor Eddie Lowe over there in Phoenix City.
Yes, that is amazing.
And the movement over there.
Yes.
But yeah, we can do the same. We can do the same. And again, we're fighting for equality. You know what I mean? We don't want to dime over, but we want all of ours.
Right.
And that's all we're trying to say.
And listen, when I tell you the folks have had enough, we have had enough. And I think we're showing up in the polls like that. Yeah. And this next go round of folk who are getting ready to run their election for 2028, we have had enough. Yeah. Listen, I don't know who's need to get ready for District 4. I don't know who need to get ready for District 6 and District 2, but get your stuff together.
And 5. We need to be getting ready right now for 5.
That recall, Corey. That recall session for her. Yes. We've had enough. And you know what was so sad, honey, is this past week at the city council meeting and the budget review, you know, they were up there laughing at these people for the data center stuff, laughing and giggling. And when a citizen has to call you out for laughing or talking, that is embarrassing and it is disrespectful. And you do not deserve to have that seat up there at all. Right. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Right. Now, it's one thing. Listen, them folks was cursing and everything. They didn't come to play.
Data center people? Yeah.
Yes. And they're, you know, older people. So, you know, they did not come to play with them. And she was like, you know what, better answer it too. I was like, uh-oh. So, yeah, we've had enough. The people have had enough. You better believe the data center people, they got their petitions going. They're not going to play with these council members. That's you, Davis. They're not going to play with you. They're very unhappy with Mr. Davis.
Yeah,
that's you,
rightfully
Mr.
so.
Allen. We're not going to play. There's people right now who are ready to support Z. Lawrence with this commission situation. But I just feel like she's not going to have to worry about it once we get the right people elected in the seats that need to move stuff forward. She's not going to have to worry about the uphill battle. She said first it was a bear. Now, the first time she came to the council, it was a bear. Now it's just an uphill. Okay. He told her it was a bear the first time.
A bear? What does that
mean? In her way or what have you.
The mayor told her that?
Yeah. The foolery, honey. The foolery.
You can't make this stuff up.
Listen, absolutely not. Mr. Turner says reference MLK. He was not supported by all, even in some churches. But that did not stop him from fighting and or delivering the urgent message. It was hard being black then, and it's even hard being black in America now. Note, it's even harder being black in Muskogee County today, especially if you are trying to educate and encourage civil participation. Right. Absolutely. Right. Corey says recall crab. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's got to go. All of a sudden, she is happy-go-lucky sharing all these African-American, content on social media. Yeah. I just seen something they got, what's her name, Kogel, with a big old, what kind of bar is this, honey, with all of her muscles and stuff like this, talking about let's finish strong. Listen, you haven't been strong the entire term of your council for District 7. There's no finishing strong. That's the wrong message to try to send because you've had plenty of time to be strong in our district and you have not. So just ridiculous. Yeah. Ridiculous. Okay, honey.
All right, so
what else we got to talk about?
I want to talk about home ownership real quick as it pertains to generational wealth in the Black or African American community.
Okay.
I just want to read some statistics real quick. But home ownership is often the difference between leaving an inheritance and leaving bills. A family that owns a home can borrow against equity, pass wealth to their children, and build financial stability. Rent payments build wealth for landlords.
That's right.
Mortgages eventually build wealth for owners. So we already know what the poorest zip code right now in Columbus is, and we know what the average median income in Columbus, I think, is around between 45 and 48,000. So what are your comments as far as home ownership? You know what I mean? And we talked to Major Turner about what the future might look like when it comes to buying a car, when it comes to trying to purchase a home. How many people that look like us can afford to purchase a home?
Right. And
how many people that look like us can afford to pay their rent, pay a car note, pay car insurance, pay for daycare? You know what I mean? So those things are important that we need to talk about. So the meat and potatoes of it is financial literacy, because AI is putting a lot of people out of work too.
That's true.
And if we don't wake up, you will be out of a job. Like, you go to Walmart, that's AI. When you go to different stores and these car washes, and a lot of people are going to be put out of work. Period.
Right. And so what's unfortunate is, like, this is the second conversation I've had outside of our talk where someone's told me that their friends have had to put their car to the side.
Yeah.
Because they cannot afford gas.
It's real.
It's very real in our communities, and it's very unfortunate. And that is why local elections matter.
Right.
Because when we have people going behind our back, making phone calls that benefit them, they don't care about our community and the things that are going on in our communities that's harming us. They don't care about those things. And so we have to make sure we vote. And the other thing I wanted to say about owning a home and having that legacy of doing that, we were at one point in a good place with purchasing homes in the communities. And of course we have the reinvestment people who work to help people get into homes.
Yeah.
But with this economy and with our current administration,
yeah,
it has just sent our world to pieces for many people.
Right.
And so it's just unfortunate.
Right.
Miss Williams, how you doing, beautiful?
Welcome
she
to
says
Candy.
they have to make sure they are reading the ballots correctly. The wording could be misunderstanding. Absolutely, absolutely. And as citizens, as fellow citizens, we take the time to make sure you can print off the ballot. What I do with my? You can print
ballot.
Yeah, you can print off that sample ballot and go over it with your friends and family. So you make sure they understand. Then also you can take the digital, there it is, the digital one, and make sure they understand prior to going in. So we got to do everything we can to make sure everybody understands what's going on. And you can't never take for granted that people know and they understand, right? As an educator, we understand that. You don't ever assume. You make sure you teach, thoroughly. I never voted for Skip. Skip, he was very disrespectful. Driving that dirty truck in a classic parade without a sign. Help today, Miss Debbie. And then Corey says, ain't nobody doing their job. They want to ask questions now after passing all these bills to put the city in debt, but want to blame IH and take no accountability. That's the truth. Yeah,
that's what it's come down to. He's the face of everything wrong with the city.
Yes.
Let them tell it.
Yes, and so we as citizens, when we don't know better, we believe that narrative. But when we know that they are the ones who are approving the budget, the line items, adding and deleting items, like everything that has to be approved financially is up to them. It's not up to the city manager. It's not up to the mayor. It's up to the city council. So everything that's wrong, folks, is because of the city council. And for them to sit up there and pretend like they don't know, well, what are we going to do about the departments that are overspending? Not approve it. Or, do something, but that you're part of the problem because you are approving the overspending. Yeah. So that's the truth. And it's so important that we continue, Corey, to speak up and share the truth, the alternative narrative that's truth out there, because I believe they have done such a good job of just putting out so much misinformation and lies. One about the taxes increasing, right? Mm-hmm. Listen,
that's a big one.
There's a difference between a millage rate and a tax digest. There's two different things there. Mm-hmm. And it's so important that we understand that. And it's easy not to know if you're not a finance person, if you're not a tax person, if you're not an assessor. This is not stuff we expect for people to know. But we need to make ourselves educated and push the right information out there, because there is a lot of misinformation that's been coming from African American people saying that Mr. Hughley is going to increase your taxes,
right?
Which is not the truth.
Right.
Which is not the truth. The millage rate has not changed. Okay? The only way that your tax bill increases is if you go and you put a new garage, you put on new extensions to your home, you improve your home somehow, that the assessment goes from $200,000 to $250,000. So that means that because it's assessed more, you have a higher tax bill. Not that the millage rate or that the city has done something to increase your taxes.
Yeah.
And I hope people understand that. The tax digest is when in your community, say let's take South Lumpkin, they bring in a hotel.
Yeah.
They bring in a Walmart, they bring in a Publix.
Yeah.
That means you are developing that community. Right there on South Lumpkin, that means the property value is going up. And because the property value is going up, the overall assessment of that area, tax-wise, is higher.
Right.
That may contribute to the assessment of your home being higher.
Right.
But the millage rate has not changed. And I hope that makes sense to people. If we go right now and we make some improvements to our home, and they assessed it at $250,000 last year, and now because we've made these improvements, it's $350,000. Well, that's an automatic that our tax bill is going to go up based on the increase in value. Okay, not because the city has increased the millage rate or have raised any taxes. I hope that makes sense. I hope it makes sense, because it's so important that we don't continue to share this narrative that, oh, one person is going to increase our taxes when that is not the truth.
Right.
Now, same thing with the school situation that's going on. They're not increasing the millage rate. They, based on whatever district you're in, based on the development of that community, they have a right to access that additional increase in taxes. And that's what they're attempting to do. But I encourage you to show up. I'll post the dates. They're going to be having their budget review, what have you, for the public.
Yeah.
They're all going to be at the Education Center on Macon Road. Show up, make yourself smart, share it with your community. Okay? If you have questions, please let me know. I don't mind going over that some more and again. Okay. All right. Oh, hello, Miss Brooks. How are you doing, beautiful?
Welcome to Candid Conversation.
She says city council, period. Shame.
Yeah.
Now, everything is wrong. Wonder why now. Interesting. The more you speak on the right narrative, if it gets through to some, then it will eventually become the new normal and the truth. Amen. Folks like to believe what the streets say instead of researching it or asking those who know. A lie does not care who tells it. It spreads like peanut butter on bread, yet the truth is hard to sell. All right, ma'am.
Well said.
Yes. Now this beautiful lady right here, she got some spunk to her. You remember we was on the elevator with her, Miss Marie? Okay, yeah. So has some spunk to her. Love her very much. And we appreciate you being here. Yes. But yeah, all facts. Yeah. So we have to do our part to share the right information, to fact check the information that's being shared. And what's so sad about it is that it's people like us sharing false information, saying that one person is going to increase your taxes. Okay. Yeah, but we know why that's just a smear campaign. That's all that's about. That's,
So we don't take that. For people who are uninformed, they might take that and run with it. But people who know the facts, they know it's fuller.
And he's targeting people, the elderly community. Targeting, they on a fixed income. It's a fear tactic, and that's very sad. It's very sad. So again, please, if you need additional understanding of how it works, I don't mind sharing. You can contact that finance office. They don't mind breaking it down to you. You can attend the budget reviews and hear it and understand it for yourself. But we have to do a better job of fact checking and making sure the people we care about, the people in our sphere of influence, know how to make sense of what's going on in our city.
Yeah.
All right, honey, what you got?
So just to add to home ownership, we're talking about home ownership for African Americans or Black people.
Okay.
It says nationally, Black home ownership is around 44%, compared with roughly 70% for white households, and all of that is a direct link to slavery and why there's such a huge wealth gap. That directly reflects why there's a huge wealth gap. If home ownership is the #1 wealth building tool in America, why aren't more African American families buying homes? We can talk about that all day. But again, it goes back to the disparity between us and them. And we were oppressed for so long, we weren't even allowed to own homes at one point. Of course, we weren't allowed to vote. We didn't have any rights at one point. So while they were running laps around us,
that part,
we hadn't even gotten into the race.
Right.
So we're solution oriented. Financial literacy, which we teach, and I'll be teaching this next Saturday. So if you're available, we'll get the date and time to you. But next Saturday at the men's forum, I'll be teaching a financial literacy class. We're talking about banking, we're talking about credit, we're talking about interest rates. But yeah, that's a big, huge thing that's missing, in my humble opinion, in our community, is financial literacy. Because once you know better, you should do better. But yeah.
And can I add to this, knowing better, sometimes it's just hard for people to get on a level playing field when you've started from the bottom. So then, your credit is not perfect, or you don't have a down payment, or, you don't have the different things in place to make a smooth transition into home ownership. But it's possible, and that's what I'm glad you're giving the class, and I want to encourage everyone that it is possible. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. And in this economy, the interest rates have went up. Different things have contributed to a lot of people not being homeowners. But it's possible.
Yeah. And I just want to say real quick, please, whatever you do, if you have not so great credit, please do not pay somebody to fix your credit. Please do not. Because what's happening is, you're paying somebody to fix your credit, but eventually you're going to be right back where you started because you don't have financial literacy.
Okay.
So that's why it's not good to pay somebody to fix your credit. Yeah, it's a short-term gain. It's a short-term fix. But for the long haul, you still don't have the knowledge to maintain that. So that's what I'm going to be teaching Saturday. It's very, very important that you do not pay these credit repair people and places. Do not pay them. You know what I mean? Unless they're going to give you a class and then fix your credit, then okay, I can understand. But if they're just fixing your credit but not giving you the knowledge and the education that you need to go further,
that's good.
Yeah, because you need business credit is just as much of a need as your personal credit.
That's good.
But yeah, so we can talk about that all day. Credit cards, I grew up being told, don't get credit cards. Credit cards are bad. Please put in the comment section what you were taught. Like, were you given financial literacy as a kid? Was there a financial literacy conversation had in your household?
No.
So we gotta have those conversations and bring our family and youth and community along so that we all can be financially free.
And it takes a village, because again, when you're coming from a single parent home, or you're coming from parents who are both working and trying to take care of a family, some of those luxuries of financial literacy and things of that nature, you don't get it. You don't get it because parents are surviving and parents are trying to support a family. So that's why it's so important for people like you, people who want to teach and educate people, so that we can be that community and that village that we need lending our gifts and our talents to support our community. And what is it that it says? Teach me how to fish. How does it sandwich?
Yeah, it says teach. Are you hungry?
No.
Oh, okay. It says teach a man. Wait, feed a man. Give a man a fish. You feed him for a day. Mm-hmm. You teach him how to fish. You feed him for a lifetime.
Right. And so I love how you mentioned that, right? If they're not giving you a class, if they're not giving you the tools you need and empowering you to be able to handle your own credit and all that good stuff moving forward, then they're just a business taking from you. And of course, everybody does business. That could be a form of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But, you know, you want to be able to have this literacy yourself, and then also be able to make sure you can handle your credit and things of that nature moving forward.
On your own. And then you go teach your family. You know what I mean? Each one teach one, and then it just continues to grow from there.
Right.
And you just pass that on from generation to generation.
Right.
Because we already know that poverty is being passed on.
That part.
By not being financially literate.
Yes.
So we gotta pass that on.
I don't think I knew anything about credit when I left my house.
Yeah,
I
know I didn't. I mean, I knew credit existed, but I didn't know what it entailed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And my dad told me, don't you get a credit card, don't you do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, how you doing, Miss Green? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Welcome to CANDID.
Miss Debbie says they have bank managers and loan officers who have approved loans for years. Things have not changed in this land and land of the not so free. That's so true. She says, thank you, Mr. George. And families are in survival mode. That part.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, they are.
That is the truth. And let me tell you what I have learned about mortgages, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are mortgages like, I could just say the name right. Kinetic.
I don't know.
Kinetic, big brands. That's what I'll say. Big brands, Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced where it has been hard for soldiers to get loans with Navy Federal or Kinetic or, big brands.
Yeah.
But those mortgage companies who are like, and I don't mean to put this in a way that's not appropriate, but mom and pop, they want your business, they want to earn your business, and therefore they're willing to work with you. They will check out your credit and say you need to fix this, that, and the third, and then we can move forward. Those are the types of people that you want to work with, mortgage companies you want to work with when you are a first-time homeowner and maybe everything is not perfect.
Yeah.
But if you think, and maybe if you've been with a bank for a long time, you've been with your bank for a long time, they're more apt to help you. However,
that's what you need.
If not, it's the mom and pop mortgage companies that are willing to go that extra mile and say, these are the areas, we need to work on, and then we can move forward. Because sometimes you can put in an application online for big banks, and they're just going to decline you.
Yeah, listen, I would definitely advise anyone to get everything from your bank. You know what I mean? If I have a relationship with you, that means you know me. You know what I mean? Especially if I've known you for 20, 10, 30 plus years.
Yeah.
I know you. I know your spending habits. I know your financial literacy.
And that may be a reason why you don't get a loan.
Well, I'm just telling you. If you're doing the right thing, that's all I'm saying. If you're doing the right thing, and you have a relationship with your bank, if you had a long relationship with your bank, go through your bank for everything. You know what I mean? And you should get approved. Yeah. If you have the right credit mix, if your credit score is good, if you pay your bills on time, this is already documented, and you have a long history of doing these things, there's no way they're going to turn you down.
Well, and so I'll share this. From a realtor's perspective, right, honey? And I was working with the soldier, and the soldier's credit, everything was perfect, but specifically Navy Federal, a long, drawn out, over 45 days situation. So it
for him to get
his mortgage stuff approved. And so we switched to another.
How long did he say how long he had been with Navy Federal?
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
That matters. You know what I mean? Yeah, that part matters.
It might, but still. But then he went to another bank like Penn Fed, and his stuff was done like this. So it really just depends on the institution and their rules. It does, honey. I'm just telling you from experience. Their rules and things of that nature.
Because the other gentleman, he's a lot older, so he's been with his bank.
What? I'm talking about
Penn
the same
Fed, right?
person. The same person went from Navy Federal to Penn Fed, got their mortgage.
Oh, well, yeah. So, but you know, Navy Federal, there's been issues. There's been issues dealing with Navy Federal. But I would tell you this: definitely, if what's the word I'm looking for? Make sure you're with a credit union first.
Yeah.
You know, by all means, make sure you get with a credit union, because things that you're doing is going to help your credit score. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you're with a credit union. Not only that, but when you're with a credit union, there's disadvantages, period.
Right.
There's advantages, but you need to know first what your credit score is. That way you can know where you need to go and what you need to work on.
Right.
And what's affecting your credit negatively.
Right.
But yeah, so make sure you show up next Saturday if you're available. And like I said, we'll get you the time and all of that. And I'll be going over things that you need to know about, you know, credit, things you need to know about Experian, Equifax, the things you need to know about different credit unions, just the basics. So,
okay. Ms. Debbie says, I was referring to the white folks who get loans, have connections with the bank, loan officers. They have always approved loans because they have a personal relationship with them. Yes,
that's
ma'am.
huge. Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, they've been doing it since day one.
Yes, ma'am.
Since
Walk
day one.
in and like they don't jump through the hoops or all the things that some of us would have to jump through in order to get approved.
They will put their slaves up for collateral. If they didn't have the money, they would put their slaves up. Hey, if I don't pay this back, you can have my slaves.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they've been doing this since day one. Like you said, relationships.
Yeah, and color has a lot to do with it. You know, while some people will argue that, you know, it's not a color thing, this nation has been built on color.
Yes, it has.
White and colored. White and colored. Everything was, you know, compartmentalized and structured based on a color. And I will say that, when I was living in, when I was stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, I had a soldier, and she purchased a big old truck, right? Little small girl.
Who was this?
A soldier. She purchased, white girl, she purchased a big old white truck, right? And then she's like, oh, sorry, I can't pay the bill. It's too high, you know? And so sure enough, she went right back to the bank. Went in there with her crocodile tears and her pretty self. Yeah. And they gave her a different card. Now, do you think that I could have walked in there and got the same deal? No, sir.
Well, if I was behind the desk, you would have got it.
No, sorry. So that's just to add to the fact of what Miss Debbie is saying. We know through experience that, you know, everything does not work the same for all of us. It's not created equal here in the United States.
Right. And I want to ask a question real quick. How many parents or people in general, especially in our community, know what careers AI will eliminate over the next 10 years?
That's a good question.
We got to know. And I'm working on an AI course, and I'm going to be teaching it somewhere down the road, but AI is here to stay. It's not going nowhere. And if you're not familiar, if you don't educate yourself, you're going to get left behind. But yeah, it's very, very imperative that we put out to people what jobs are going to disappear in the next 10 years.
Wow.
Major Turner, he can tell you firsthand from the things that he's been working on, AI is taking over everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have, if you've seen the movie I, Robot with Will Smith, that is what America and the country and the world is going to look like soon.
Yeah.
Robots are going to be, doing everything for you.
Right.
Everything.
And so, we have to be, that's forward thinking. We have to be mindful of what the future holds, because you remember when it was 1999 and how people were afraid that, that the world was going to end. And then they were also afraid of computers, and we had those big old little blocks with the floppy disk and all that good stuff right there. So all that stuff is evolved over the years. The computer is a lot thinner. Yes. We don't need a sloppy disk, things of that nature. Now we have AI. Same thing. It's going to continue to evolve and grow to the point that, like you said, there's a lot of jobs that are not going to be needed by humans. It can be done by AI. So we have to stay on top of that, make ourselves smart, and then, adjust accordingly.
Exactly.
Let's see. In the manufacturing industry, I have seen AI, AGV, robots, wow, take 50
Who
jobs. This is Corey. In like 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to work with Amazon a long time ago.
Wow.
I was working with Amazon way back when robots were doing their own thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can just imagine what it's like now. But yeah.
Wow.
Putting people out of work left and right.
Listen, I tell you what. And
so there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay for convenience.
Yeah.
It's a price to pay.
And fast. Yeah. Convenience.
Yeah.
Right. And on top of all of that, you know, we're in an economy where people are not getting livable wages. People want to continue to pay $8 and $9 an hour in this economy. And, you know, some people will defend that and say that if, you know, businesses increase the pay, inflation increases. Listen, I don't know what to think about it. I don't. And then when you're a city council member with a business and people are complaining that you don't pay livable wages,
oh man!
But you want to talk about the budget for the city, but you are not paying your employees livable wages. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Help today. Kick rocks with that.
Exactly. Real quick. It says the future doesn't care about excuses, it rewards preparation. So again, if you're not preparing yourself for the future, you will be left behind. I just think about our parents, you know what I mean? Some of the things that we are knowledgeable about, they're still trying to figure out.
Right. Now, some of these parents on top of it now.
Not all, come on now.
Some of them on top of it.
Not all, but I'm just saying, all I'm saying is if you're not educating yourself, every day, because this stuff is moving rapidly.
You're right.
You know what I mean? AI is getting smarter and smarter and smarter. So if you don't keep up,
somebody asked me about TikTok. Listen, I can barely manage the Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, all these different situations. Listen, it's too much, right? It's too much. And then, you know, I've seen a post where it says, like, if you're connected to all of these different things and they shut down one, they're going to shut down it all. So then I'm not connected to, you know, my Instagram anymore where it would just automatically post. Because nobody ain't got time for that. We ain't got time.
Listen, you just create a new page. That's all I can say.
For the foolery. No, because you starting over. That's a lot, honey. That's a lot. You lose your pictures and all your good stuff that you put on there like a little scrapbook.
Well, listen, like I heard somebody say, I don't know anything about that. You know, I don't have that problem.
Right. Mr. Turner says AI is here. We have to access our future career choices over the next 10 to 15 years. They are poised to eliminate most wage earning positions. Wow.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. So they're not really concerned about
people.
Well, people, but they're not concerned about paying you a livable wage. It's not funny, but they're not concerned about it because they know what's on the horizon.
Right.
You know what I mean? These robots are taking over.
Right.
In certain fields, you'll be obsolete soon.
And how do we adjust to that as people? Like, how do we survive in this world?
You got to make yourself smart. You have to take these AI courses while they're cheap. I'm telling you, there's a lot of AI courses out here that are cheap right now that you can take. Just the basics, just to learn the basics. You can build on it later. But in order to learn AI and use it and make it a business, you got to get started.
And there's some trades, though, right, that will not be replaced by AI, like plumbers and welders and electricians, things of that nature, mechanics.
And even in those fields, I think it won't be completely, what do they say, autonomous. It won't be completely AI, but AI will have its fingerprint on everything. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, we got our work cut out for us. Honestly, we do. To see what in front of us, see what's in front of us, and figure out how we're going to adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
Right. I don't feel like it's ever been this hard before that we have experienced in our lifetime. But maybe people that grew up in the industrial age, like they experienced a great change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the vast change for us.
Yeah. You gotta. Again, you gotta make yourself. Yeah, you gotta make yourself smart because they're looking for people. Listen, people who can navigate AI, they are making top dollar right now. They getting paid. You know what I mean? And a lot of companies are looking for people who can come in and teach their employees how to use AI.
Okay. Now, Mr. Wilson says, I encourage everybody under me to learn as much as they can to make themselves valuable. That's the manufacturing environment. For the new age, it is the wave. I use it every day. It makes workflows way easier. My opinion is people need to use AI before it use you.
That's right.
I recommend Claude. So you said AI is the wave. Okay, and what is Claude? All right, and then Mr. Turner says we have to remember you are talking about 2040. The evolution of man will replace everything we know and have today. Wow.
Yeah, I already see it. Like I said, please, if you get a chance tonight, go watch the movie I, Robot with Will Smith. And I think this movie came out almost 20 years ago.
I wasn't a fan.
You know what I mean?
It.
I loved it. But yeah, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And yeah.
Miss Marie says take the AI courses and learn to use it. Get a skill.
Yeah.
There was a post about graduates from tech school with jobs waiting on them when they graduate. That's awesome. Check out Columbus Tech to see what they offer. That's awesome.
Yeah, and this is what we need to provide to the community. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's not meant to go to college. Like there's no cookie cutter education for the masses.
Right.
Some who love whatever. If your field of expertise is in being a doctor, then you gotta go.
That's right.
To college.
You can't. Yeah.
But if you want to be a welder, you don't have to go to college. If you want to learn AI, take a course. And you don't have to go to college, so.
Listen, when I say we learn something every Sunday, we do. Claude is so bad, it's predicting the next president. Laugh out loud. What is Claude? Never heard of Claude.
Yeah, we're going to know tonight, though. We're going to learn today.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with right now.
Yeah. And listen, see, Miss Marie is up on the facts, and we're not up on the facts about Claude. She knows about it. That's what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but AI's here to stay. Real quick, let me see what I want to add into the conversation. And please share this with your friends, your family, your loved ones. We appreciate it. Share this with your friends right now. Because we don't want the conversation to stop here.
Right.
And we don't know what we don't know. And we don't know it all, of course. So we do this so that we all can be in the know. We all can be informed.
Right.
About what's happening not only in our community, but in the nation.
Right. And so Mr. Turner says, can you say data centers? Laugh out loud. All right, sir.
Right.
That's the truth.
That's another one.
That is the truth.
That's another one.
And so while they are not welcomed, they are necessary, because they do contribute to the lifestyles that many of us use. A lot of the research that's been going on, if they're not hitting the libraries and checking out books, they're Googling it. They are searching it. And of course, data centers help to support those habits, in addition to Amazon and all the shopping and all those things. So the matter of the data centers is to find a place that is acceptable for them to be and not in people's backyards, and then make sure they're environmentally safe.
Yeah. Real quick, I got a question. And please put your comments in the comment section. We appreciate everybody who participates. Can someone that's born poor realistically move into the middle class or beyond?
Okay.
What say you?
Well,
can somebody that's born poor realistically move into the middle class and beyond?
Listen, I think we were all born rich. That's my thought.
Expound, because some folks ain't get the memo. Listen, some folks.
Listen. In general and overall, I think we were all born rich, and I think the environment of which we live in contributes to this concept and idea of poor. So I think we have everything we need when we're born to be successful. It's just a matter of trying to figure it out. And a lot of things along the way contribute to, this idea and concept of poor, honey. That's all I'm saying.
Can't die on that hill with you. I can't agree with that one. But I respect it though.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, but what do y'all believe about, being born poor? And we just talked about it a minute ago. Having a financial a financial literacy education at home is not happening. It didn't happen in my home. Did it happen in your home?
Nope.
Yeah, it's not happening in the community, in the majority of homes.
Nope.
And we already know that 31903 is the poorest zip code in Georgia. So we know it's not happening there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in order for us to close or shorten the wealth gap, that conversation needs to be had more often. And classes need to be given, which I'm going to be giving them, and I've given some at Role Model Academy, but this education needs to be given, because listen, if you're swiping your debit card to make purchases every day, you're losing. You're losing, because you don't get cash back, you don't get an increase in your credit. You know, it's just certain things that you're missing out on. If you're swiping your debit card instead of your credit card every day, you should be paying your bills with your credit card. You get paid bi-weekly, your check continues to go into your account. While your check is going into your account, you're swiping your credit card. At the end of the month, you just pay it back. It's that simple. And then you get a credit increase, you know, sometime down the road, and you just rinse and repeat. You keep doing that over and over. Then you take that same credit card to fund your business. But like I said, we're going to get into that next Saturday. Please show up.
Okay.
So that we can, you know, we can have this conversation.
Okay. Awesome. Miss Maria, says, yes, they can if they believe they can, and go get it. That's the truth. And that includes educating yourself, making yourself literate about how to achieve the success that you want to achieve. I used to, listen, as I'm living through this election, I used to think that anything is possible. I don't believe that anymore.
Oh, really? Y'all hear this, right?
I don't believe that anymore. What's the other
you
part?
Talking about the local election?
Yes. What's the other part that they say about your dreams? There's no limits, and you know you can accomplish your dreams.
Reach for the sky, or
something about your dreams.
Sky's the limit.
Something about your dreams. I can't. But you know when you test that theory on every person, it's not the truth for every person.
Your goal or your dream, living your dreams?
But what's the first thing that I said?
Living your dreams?
That everything is possible.
Oh, okay.
Right? When you test that theory,
that you can do anything.
You put your mind to.
Yeah.
We got to know that's not the truth. That's a fluff. That's a fluff statement. A fluff statement. It sounds good. It looks good, but it's not true. Like some things you have to be realistic and just honest about, right? And so I think that's what's messing a lot of us up.
Yeah. In
the world. And I think the election season has really brought that different side of understanding out for me. Because it's not true for everybody. It's just not. It's not.
I disagree. I disagree. So this is my perspective.
Okay.
I think that. So I agree and I disagree.
Okay.
So you can accomplish anything you put your mind to if you're realistic about whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. For example, if you're 4 feet and you're talking about going to the NBA, chances are
it's not going to work.
Very, very, slim to none that you're gonna.
And people aren't hating on you, and they're not
just
trying to be
realistic.
mean to you,
you just
and
gotta
things
be
of that
realistic.
nature. It's just
you just gotta be real. That's it. That's all. You just gotta be real. You know what I mean? You just gotta be real. That's all.
Oh Jesus. Okay, let's see. Corey says, yes, anything is possible if people want to change and be better. They will and can be. They only fail when they doubt themselves. Corey, I don't know.
Listen, I got a question for everybody.
Okay.
I got a quick question. So, for people who are born into poverty, where would they get the financial literacy from? You know what I mean? Like, where are they going to get that from? Because wealthy people pass on wealth building education, and poverty, people who are born into poverty pass that same mindset on to their kids.
Okay.
So,
That's so true.
Because we talk about proximity, right? We're talking about proximity. So if and they say you are the average of, I think, the 5 most people that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
So if you're surrounded by people who are all poor,
you're the sixth person.
So where do you get that education from?
Yeah, they say if 5 people are smoking in your circle, you're the sixth smoker in your circle. And you got 5 alcoholics, you're the sixth alcoholic. Yeah. Your environment contributes to who you are.
Right. So how do you? For me, I guess I don't know. I could just imagine where I would be now if I had the financial literacy that I learned. You know what I mean? If I had learned this when I was still at home with my parents.
That part.
Where I would be now, but.
Mr. Turner says today, yes, tomorrow it will be very, very difficult. Required resources will be denied or stolen without proper law enforcement. It is going to be difficult. Reason is the middle class is disappearing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think it has disappeared. You ask me, I think it's already gone.
Right. Let's see.
The haves and the have-nots at this point.
Let's see. And Ms. Brooks says a lot of the middle class is retired government and military. That's the truth.
Yeah.
By eliminating those federal jobs through Dodge and holding back promotions to higher military, forcing them into retirement. That is a way of affecting the middle class. Absolutely. Many people of color go to the middle class by being a government employee or in the military. They're retiring with ma'am, you better say that, with benefits.
Yeah.
Corey Wilson says Claude again. What is Claude? And then Miss Marie says change your circle. You have to get out of the environment and build your own lifestyle. Different from what you grew up with. That's so true. That's so true.
But who tells, that's what I'm trying to say, like who tells, growing up there was nobody to tell me that, hey, you need to do this to build your credit, or this is what it takes for you to get to buy a home. Like, where are you going to get this from?
Right. And
it just might be by chance that you meet somebody.
That part.
That'll, you know what I mean?
That will share some.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not going to get the knowledge.
You're just out there dipping it and doing it, trying to figure it out.
And that's the unfortunate part.
For a long time until you realize, ding, like this is important to know. Yeah.
It's just, it's mind-boggling to just think about how many of our people are never going to get that education. You know what I mean? And they want to do better, they just don't know how.
And it takes a total paradigm shift. It takes a total mindset shift. Yes.
Okay,
a mindset shift. Yes, so it's work. It has, because you have spent so many years of your life believing and knowing and behaving a certain way. All of that has to be rooted out and replaced with what success looks like for you to be successful. And that's the hard part, because when you don't know, you don't know. You don't know.
Listen, somebody told me profits are better than wages. Meaning we got to start businesses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's Jim Rohn who said that.
Yeah.
But we got to start businesses, and that's what I was keep talking about, learning a trade. Learn a trade and then master it and then start a business. You know what I mean? You make money. The more valuable your skill set is, the more money you make. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is. When people are on their job and they're asking for a raise, your amount that you're going to get is based on how valuable you are
to them.
And they're never going to pay you your worth.
That part.
They're never going to pay you your worth.
That part. Mr. Turner says survival in tomorrow's world is going to be completely different. That's the truth, sir.
That is the truth.
And we are experiencing it right now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to navigate, how to adjust, how to live in this world, in this economy that we have today. Mr. Wilson says that is not taught in our community at the rate it should be. I've learned everything about credit I know on my own. Absolutely, sir.
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah. And a lot of us, that's how we learned it.
We had
to just figure it out.
That's the truth.
There was no blueprint. There was no class. There was no discussion.
Listen, head first, right? First car, a whole lemon. And I'm not even thinking my credit should have been bad at that point, because I hadn't even never purchased anything.
Yeah.
But that's all they told me my credit could get was a whole lemon of a car.
Which is crazy to me, because you didn't even have credit.
That part.
You know
but that was a ding. That was a bad thing. And so that's how I learned about credit. It's from a poor experience with my first car. Listen, I would be at the washer place, washing in it, shining in it, and all that good stuff right there. Get in there, Corey, it wouldn't even crank. It wouldn't even crank. And so, I mean, when I tell you I got stories for days from my first car, but that's a whole nother thing. Being far away from home, and just having to navigate life and figure things out on my own, I made a lot of mistakes. And so when you make those mistakes, it's a responsibility to come back and teach and help our people learn, you know, how we can, so that they don't have to make the same mistakes if they don't want to. But too often we have people that want to learn. They want that hands-on training themselves. They don't want to listen. So, yeah,
and we're going to be doing, you know, more classes on financial literacy, just the basics. Now, the basics, those classes will be free to the public. Now, if you want the advanced knowledge, when you get into business credit and things like that, then there's a charge for that. But the basics, we're going to start doing a class, maybe one monthly or quarterly. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. Just so that we can make sure our people are well informed about their finances and credit.
Right.
So that they can set their future generations up for success.
Right. Mr. Turner says, what do you think the percentage of black new home buyers today versus future new home buyers tomorrow in Muskogee, and where do you think they will be looking to buy? So
that's a good question.
With this new generation of folks, the younger generations, like, they're not looking for big outlandish homes.
They don't even want to purchase homes. From what we can tell, they don't want to buy a home.
They want to live in places like Uptown and Old Town, where things are walkable and, you know, very convenient. And they don't want this big 3-bedroom, all of this responsibility. So I remember in one of the city council meetings, you know, them discussing that's the mixture of homes, that's what they needed to provide. Because, you know, homes like what we grew up thinking we wanted, because that's how we grew up, you know, understanding we should have, you know, big house, picket fence, blah, blah, blah. The babies today don't want those kinds of things. Yeah, things have changed. They have a different mindset. You know what I mean? They want they want to go down the road of, what do they say, least resistance? Less travel. They want to drive. Tiny homes. Less responsibility. They don't want to purchase a home. You know, and they don't mind if it's 1 bedroom and it's connected to somebody else's house type situation. Like, you know, it's a whole different dynamic of what they're looking for today. And so, you know, I to answer your question, Major Turner, I think they're going to continue to move to Midland. And wherever they're building that and expanding in Columbus, they're going to move out, because they're building apartments out in those areas too. Like where they're putting these new developments, they're trying to put apartments in some of these areas. Townhomes. So that's where I believe they're going to move to some of these areas like Midland. Are they calling it Midland Commons? Parts of Midland? Yeah, the lifestyle at Midland Commons is turned up, honey, down there. Yeah, it is. They have the markets, they have the music. Yeah, they just ended their concert series, I think yesterday, for the summer. I mean, I know it's just starting for the summer. Yeah, and then people actually live out there. Like, listen, I'm a fan of that type of living too. Living in California, I loved riding my bike or walking to social and outside and you know, the beach and all of that kind of stuff like that. I loved it. So I could see how that's a convenient lifestyle. You know, for close to everything. People. Yeah, you don't want to have to drive too far. You got your own little community right there. Shopping, entertainment, everything you need right there. Yeah. So unfortunately, though, that is not the benefit for all of our community. That's the whole thing. I'm not sure what the rate is going for that type of living arrangement. But a lot of us cannot afford that either. Yeah, I mean, we already know that the cost of living has gone up. It's going to continue to go up. But the pay is not on the same scale as the cost of living, especially here in Columbus. 46,000 is the average. You know what I mean? You can't survive on that. Ridiculous. And that's what makes it frustrating when we have city employees who's making 2 and 3 times worth that. Man. And then they don't even want to make sure that when a citizen asks for certain accommodations that they provide it. Where do they do that at? I'm just very confused. It's unfortunate, but that's what we're dealing with. Yeah,
that's what we do.
The audacity is just unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. So I'm hoping new leadership will come in and change all of that, because to me, if you don't have anything to hide, there's no reason why these meetings shouldn't be live streamed. For the past 6 or 7 months, we've been in the same location.
Yeah.
Same location.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed. So.
Yeah.
All right, honey. Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Well, yeah, I'll let you land your plane, and then I'll
land my plane. Well, this Tuesday we have City Council agenda.
Right.
I'll share who's on the public agenda, what's coming up. Of course, we have early voting. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. The spirit of the people is great. This past Saturday went to the Women for Isaiah rally. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. The energy was great. And just shout out to the movement, who I believe they hosted this event. And shout out to our pillars and women in our communities who spoke on Saturday. And a shout out to our Democratic Party, Miss Royal Anderson, who's doing an excellent job. Miss Matt, who's doing an excellent job. Miss Trailer, who's doing an excellent job. She helped with the veterans for Isaiah Hughley. Each event had great, excellent turnout. People are excited. And let's get to the polls. Let's make it happen so we can let our hair down.
Yeah, folks can get some rest. People can
let our hair down. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, honey. I have landed.
Okay. All right.
ABC. Anybody but Kogel, folks.
All right. Yeah, but before we go, I just want to quickly say 2 households making the same income can have completely different outcomes. One buys assets, one buys liabilities.
Okay.
20 years later, their lives look completely different. It's not just what you earn, it's what you own. So we can leave it there. Again, financial literacy, we can't say enough about how important that is, that we pass that on to our kids,
Listen,
grandkids.
I'm taking notes, y'all. I just took
family,
notes about
friends.
that right there.
Yeah, we got to have the conversation. We got to empower our people so that they can, have generational wealth and pass that down to their family and their grandkids and great-grands. So, yeah, we can leave it there. Of course, always, we appreciate everybody who tunes in to Candid Conversation.
Right.
Well, we discuss we discuss topics that are not always popular.
But important.
But important, so important. So thank you again. We hope that everybody had a great, great Sunday.
Yes.
Let's
get it. Let's get it on Monday.
Yes, please show up to the polls.
Make sure you're supporting and getting in with this Spirit Week situation.
There you go.
Yes, do your part to contribute. Take someone to the polls. Make sure you vote as well. And let's focus. Like I posted that we have a lot of fish to fry, right?
Yeah.
We got the capital stuff going on about the redistricting stuff. But our first priority is to vote locally. Our first priority is to make sure we vote. And then we can travel to the Capitol and join in the fight there. But make sure we take care of home first. Because if we do not, who cares about the Capitol at this point if we don't take care of home first? Exactly. All right.
So yeah, it's been a pleasure. Make sure you come back next week. Same place, same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Again, it's been a pleasure. Peace and love. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, y'all.
And we'll see y'all next.
Happy Sunday. Have a good night. And that's why I have a deep concern for SoCo. All right, Mr. Turner. Have a good one. Stay strong. Mr. Corey Wilson, they got the right one, huh?
Yeah, we got you back.